Good evening. First tonight, the constant battle against drug dealers, people smugglers and gun runners trying to bring weapons into the country.
We've been given exclusive access to see the work of the Border Force at East Midlands Airport as they fight terrorism and those trafficking children and illegal goods into the country. This special report is from our social affairs correspondent, Jeremy Ball.
There you are, safe journey home, thank you, goodbye.
In a region without a coastline, this is the UK's border, and the chances are you've queued here.
What was your favourite?
Joe's part of a team that checks thousands of passengers who arrive here every single day.
Cheers mate, thank you. Safe journey home, goodbye.
And the technology is making it easier than ever. Most European passports can now be read automatically. This camera's checking that my face matches my passport photo. And that's it. Welcome to Britain. But the Border Force is looking for people who shouldn't be coming in.
This is a light box that shows up all the watermark features on a passport.
Amy showed me how they check suspicious passports using this ultraviolet scanner, and technology is also identifying genuine passports that are being used by suspected criminals.
This is absolutely vital as the front line of UK security. Priority is counter-terrorism and trying to prevent illegal migration, illegal working, and to be able to look for signs that maybe minors are being exploited or potentially trafficked.
Where have you flown from today?
We had an interesting case recently where a 15-year-old girl from Eastern Europe was coming into the UK to meet someone she'd only chatted to online, and she thought that person was a certain age. Turned out the person she was coming to meet was much, much older, and we passed those details on to the police, whilst the girl was taken into social services care temporarily until we could arrange for her to be returned home safely.
They're checking our luggage too. Just look at how this X-ray machine can find a hidden knuckle duster. Other dangerous weapons are being sent in the post.
That was a particular freight seizure. As you can see, an offensive weapon, surely. The description basically was camping equipment. That section there is all just one box of items. We have batons, a high voltage taser, disguised as a torch. We found the 3 knuckle dusters taken from a 14-year-old. Why would a 14-year-old want knuckle dusters?
And look at this, a full-length cobra skin that's been seized because it's a protected species. Someone else tried to import a guitar that's made from this rare banned rosewood.
This is a consignment that came in this morning.
As we're filming, 2 new suspicious parcels arrive. One's wrapped up as a child's birthday present. And inside the other box, these packets labelled as breakfast cereal.
It's described as breakfast granola. I mean, it looks like cannabis, it smells like cannabis, but legally, I cannot say it's cannabis without actually testing it.
There's nothing there that's as per that description. Yes, we've got the cars. As you can see, it actually says usable marijuana.
Small quantity of the questionable substance. What we're actually testing for is the presence of THC, which is the product that gives cannabis its high. And there we go. That's gone pink, which means it's cannabis.
We do get some very clever concealments. One was in the back of a TV screen where the innards had been emptied, and actually someone had replaced the innards with 4 blocks of cocaine, weighing a total of 4 kilos. Another example we had were 50 or 60 boxes of boxing gloves, sort of training gloves, where the heroin had been stitched into the fingers of 2 or 3 pairs in each box. So again, that was a total of 4.5 kilos.
For the Border Force team here at East Midlands Airport, the big question now, of course, is Brexit and the huge impact that any new border controls could have on what they're doing here. Jeremy Ball, BBC East Midlands Today.
So that's the day-to-day work of the Border Force, intercepting dangerous drugs and weaponry coming into this region.
Well, Jeremy joins us now. How much contraband are the Border Force intercepting then?
Well, I think that the national figures are quite staggering. In the last 3 months alone, they seized more than 2 tonnes of cannabis and another tonne of heroin and cocaine. And of course, a lot of that enters the country here because East Midlands Airport is the UK's busiest fast parcel terminal. So, you know, they're really busy.
They seem extraordinarily efficient. I mean, are they also catching criminals coming through passport control?
Yeah, and some of those are people from the East Midlands who've skipped bail, who fail to turn up in court. What happens is they get complacent, they go off on holiday, but then a marker on their passport shows up when they fly home. They also say they often get people wondering why families are getting selected for checks. And that's because these days the children will often have different surnames. They might be travelling on holiday with friends. And of course, the Border Force needs to make sure those children aren't victims of people trafficking.
Okay, Jeremy Ball, thank you very much indeed.